Hi friends, Ryan from Barn 3 here, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can program one of our OXU pedals to work with the Meris 2-button pedals like the Enzo or the Polymoon or the Mercury 7. Now it's good to remember that any of our OXU pedals can work with the Meris pedals, including our OXU 3 and our OXU standard. Now the one thing to note is that with Meris pedals, your aux switch is only going to function as preset selection. So on the OXU standard, you'll have 2 presets at your disposal. You can also add a third with a Tesla tap coming out of the right side of the pedal. Or on your OXU 3, you'll have 3 presets built in right on the front. Now for this video, we're going to start by using the OXU Mini because it's small and it fits neatly in front of the Meris pedal. Okay, just a few things to talk about right up front here. Number one, if you choose to use the optional OXU mounting plate, make sure you program your pedal first before you mount it to the plate, because once it's mounted to the plate, you won't have access to the slide switch on the back of the OXU. Now, if you have any questions about why you might want to use the OXU plate, how it's beneficial, or how you actually install pedals on it, we'll have a separate video that explains that in detail. Also, every single OXU that we sell will come with a custom Barn 3 TRS cable that's about 11.5 inches long, and it will certainly work in this situation, but if you want a tighter connection, we also offer on our website a 7-inch TRS cable that'll just make the connection a little cleaner. Finally, in your OXU mini box and the OXU standard box, you're going to see a little adapter like this, and this is only used for Boss pedals, so we will not be using it in this setup. Okay, let's go ahead and start programming our OXU. So the first thing we need to do is we need to make sure that our OXU is in the right configuration. You'll notice that there's a slide switch on the back and the bottom. On the back slide switch, we're going to put it on the M setting, which the easiest way to get to that is we're going to slide all the way to the right and then pull back 1 position. So we're on the M setting for Meris. On the bottom, we're going to slide it all the way to the left, which is the NSM setting. And we're going to go ahead and plug in our TRS cable to the left-hand side of the OXU. Now to get into the programming of the Meris pedal, we have to do 2 things. We have to press and hold the Alt hold button while we power up the pedal. And these 3 LEDs are going to light up 3 times. We can let go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use the modulation knob to scroll until the poly light here is lit. Okay, and it's going to go away. Now this might be called something different on the different Meris pedals, but for this pedal, it's this poly light that we want lit up. And what that's doing is that's telling us that we want this input in the back to be for a multi-switch auxiliary switch. The different other settings here would correspond to expression pedal, tap tempo, or a MIDI connection. Consult your Meris manual just to make sure that you have the right one picked for your individual pedal. So then what we're going to do is we're going to power cycle it again. We're going to unplug and plug back in. Now, once we've recycled the power, the programming of the presets is very simple. All we're going to do is we're going to press whichever switch we want to assign a preset to. So we'll start with the left one here. We're going to press that. We're going to make all of our changes, dial in our sound, make it sound cool, whatever we're going to do. And just so you have a visual representation here, I'm going to change this from poly to mono. And then we're going to press and hold the Alt hold button. Flashes. Now we can see that if I press this one, we lose the mono, come back. And you'll just repeat that. So if I wanted to change this one over here, I'd press this one, make all my changes, dial my sound in. We'll make this one light up both those. Then we'll press and hold our hold button for 2 seconds. And now we go here, we got our mono one, got our poly one. And you can also go ahead and add a separate Tesla tap pedal if you want and do the same thing. So we could press this, make our changes, dial it in. We'll go so that none of the lights that are lit up there. Press and hold our Alt hold button for a couple seconds. And now we have our mono and that. Now, it's also good to note that we can do the same thing with our OXU 3. And all those presets that we just made will show up here. And one other little crazy thing that I discovered while I was experimenting with this pedal is Meris pedals can actually accept 4 presets. So there's a 3-button aux switch, and what we can do is we can take our cable out and we'll grab a TRS splitter. So it's a male TRS on one end and 2 female TRSs on the other side. Plug one side from your OXU and then plug the male side into the input. And then we can take a fourth switch, plug it in, and now we'll program this button, make our changes, blah, blah, blah. We'll keep that on poly, we'll save it, and now we can go here, there, there, and there. We have 4 buttons. It's a little kind of a weird setup, but just so you know, it's an option for you. If you have any other questions on this programming or our pedals in general, please visit us at barn3.com.